You forgot my name.
I know. We know what his memory's like.
Yeah.
As most of you know, I'm sure, I've been really good friends with Chris for about 13 years. Unlucky, I know. But I can clearly remember the day I first met Chris, sorry. We worked together for an organisation called Umbrella. Didn't sell umbrellas. I didn't know him, and he comes bounding up to me one lunchtime. I'm out for a walk, and he says, "Oh, I'm Chris. You don't know me, but you're interviewing me next week. What questions are you going to ask?" I should have known then it was going to be trouble. So anyway, he got the job, don't ask me how, and before long we realised we had a lot in common. We liked red wine. Or should I say, not saying no to red wine. Not that we drunk at work, well, not often. We were both really interested in other people, which I think is called gossip. We liked partying, we liked having a laugh, we liked having fun. So before long, we were going out after work in the evening, at the weekend, every weekend. And before we knew it, we were having Monday morning meetings at work to discuss what we'd done at the weekend. Everyone thought we were really conscientious. Before long, our working relationship soon blossomed into an amazing friendship. I've shared so many memorable times and laughs with Chris, too many to recount. So here's some highlights. We both have a passion for cultural experiences. We've travelled to, I think, 3 continents, about 15 countries. We've been to Amsterdam about 20 times. We love cycling. We've lost our hotel in Amsterdam about 43 times on our bikes. And Chris has been at the airport watching his rucksack go around the carousel about 200 times. The last flight he did on his own, he'd drunk so much on the plane, he's forgotten what his rucksack was like. Even though we've been travelling around Asia for about 2 months. We've been to the ancient temples of Angkor Wat in Cambodia. Most people get a 3-day pass. We got a 1-day pass and hired a moto driver. After about 2 temples, we realised that we were really bored. And we didn't want to tell him, so we hid and played Scrabble all day long. I just pretended that we really enjoyed the temples. We've been to Miami. We met Randy from Dallas. Chris's first question was, "Do you meet Sue Ellen in the supermarket?" And how can I forget our first long-haul flight together? I think back from Thailand, it was a night flight. We were buzzing the stewards for drinks. And about halfway through, the guy sitting next to Chris said, "Oh, I didn't realise you could buzz for drinks." Pressed his buzzer, didn't realise that Chris had been pressing his buzzer. The steward comes up and says, "Oh, I think you've had enough." But it's not been fun on holidays.
Always been dark times.
We've shared some difficult times. Chris has always been a really loyal friend to me, always there for me, and I hope I have been for him too. We've been through breakups, moving house, changing job, and most difficult of all, giving up smoking. Chris fondly tells the story when he gave up smoking a few years ago, one of his many attempts, and he had been taking Zyban, the drug to help you give up smoking, and he was really anxious and he'd been drinking about 5 espressos, and he was on the train and he rung me up having a panic attack. And so I talked him down and it was really calming, and I said, "Look, whatever happens, just call me back, whatever happens." Yeah, another panic attack 10 minutes later, and he rang me back and I'd switched my phone. He's a very forgiving friend. Thank God. I've lovely memories of the many homes that Chris has lived in across London. His mum's, it's only temporary.
Yes!
He was really embarrassed that he'd moved back to his mum's when he was age 30. He lived in my flat in Brixton, and then he bought his own flat in Finsbury Park. And it's when he lived in Finsbury Park that Chris met Lee, which I distinctly remember. I'd been on a date, and Chris says to me, "Ooh, I quite like this guy. He's much better than my last date," which wasn't really much to go on. So I didn't really hold out much hope. But after a few more dates, I knew it was going to be good because he said, "The only thing I don't like about Lee, I don't like his jacket." I'm not sure you know that, Lee. So anyway, yes, do you remember it? It wasn't tweed, it was like a suede. Was it suede? Suede.
Yeah.
We didn't have it for long.
Louis, he was wearing it today, Louise.
I it with my matches.
So anyway, the jacket went. So I knew it was going to be good between you both. It wasn't long before I realised you made a great couple. You have an amazing capacity to make each other laugh, which I think is just brilliant all the time, even when Lee's heard Chris's jokes 50 times. You respect and enjoy each other, and most of all, Lee's a domestic goddess. It's been great to watch your relationship grow. One of the things I love about Chris is he really gets the most out of everything he does in life. He has enthusiasm for everything, whether it's studying, work, friendships, partying, and of course, your relationship with Lee. What I like most is you don't let those dainty ankles get in the way. So, in my head, I've been trying to think what it is about Chris that Lee really goes for. There's so many sides to Chris. There's brave Chris. I remember being on a fun fair at a music festival at Womat, and we were on the big wheel, and we got on first, and then it went round and round, and it was getting higher and higher. And as we got near the top, Chris was like clinging on the whole ride. He was like, "Let me out!"
I don't like it, I don't like it.
There's plane spotting Chris. Leslie alluded to it earlier. For those of you that don't know, Chris really does sit in a field next to Heathrow watching the planes land.
Thank you.
With his binoculars and the anorak.
You got the radio trying to listen to the airport, the pilots trying to frequency into coming in.
There's sporty Chris. Chris, you might not know, Chris loves his long cycle rides. So the first one we did was, well, the first long one was London to Brighton, which is like 60 miles. We set off early. By about 11:30, we were by the pub, which didn't open till 12. So Chris had to go and ask the policeman to let them open the pub early so we could have a drink.
And did they?
Yeah, they
Yes.
did.
Well done.
There's dancing Chris. He is the Bahamas cruise twist-off champion.
I'll give it to you.
Push Julie out the way so we can win that twist-off competition. There's bilingual Chris. Yes, many of you don't know, he's very fluent in Welsh. He knows one sentence, and I don't think I can do it.
No, I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
Go
can.
on,
Chris,
go on.
Chris, go, Chris.
Does this sound Welsh or not? I had a gym teacher who was Welsh. And you know what you like when you're at school? Gym teachers, they're always pick on you. They're always really like. And he turned to me, I back-chatted him or something like that. He turned to me and said, "Don't talk to me like talk." And she was like, "You do this, you do." That's Welsh.
Yeah.
I hope Mama here is Welsh, by the way. And there's complex Chris. Yeah, he strangers. He's a Pommy from Peckham with a Pakai Lama in his front lawn. Don't ask, don't even go there. Anyway, what's the pleasure? But most of all, there's loving Chris. And I know I speak for everyone here when I say Chris is a true, sincere friend to us all. And a loving boyfriend to Lee. Or should I say husband? And I know for sure, if it wasn't for Chris in my life would never be the same. And I know Lee feels the same too. And I would never have met Lee or Chris's wonderful family. So I also want to say a big thank you to Keith and Audrey, because without you being here, we wouldn't be here today. And also to Sylvie, who's not here, but she was here earlier. So thank you to you all.
Excellent. Oh, lovely speech. That's a lovely speech, Louise.
Very good, Louise.
That was a beautiful speech. Both of you. Both of you. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, God.